Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 10 and today we have hit double figures in episodes. Hermitcraft Series 4 is now in double figures. That's a good feeling and I'm actually pretty happy with how much I've done so far on the server. Now I have to say I'm generally one of those Minecraft players that it's just a bit of a slow burner. You know, when you first start up on a Minecraft world, some people get straight on into it and they're like flying through all of the builds, they gather up all of the resources almost instantly. I am not like that. That is not me in the slightest. I'm one of those guys that for the first, like, maybe 10 to 15 hours on a Minecraft world, I sort of fumble about going, what on earth do I do? I don't have anything. I'm really inefficient. I can't work out what resources I need and all that sort of thing. And then I gradually get into the swing of things. So now, I think I'm firing on all pistons, just about. I think I'm just about getting going, you know, and we're starting work on some serious projects. And in fact, in today's episode of Hermitcraft, I've got a bunch of really awesome projects planned. I think you guys are going to love them because it's a really cool idea. So let's get down to business. So obviously, in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we built Mr. Chicken over here. This guy is a chicken shop, and I've actually been meaning to tell you this. We got ourselves a customer. We got 1 diamond for 2 stacks of chicken, which is pretty sweet in my books. But by the look of things, we haven't had any more customers. So this guy's probably not the most profitable shop in the whole of the town, but you know what? I'm still happy I built him. I think he's pretty sweet. And that piston mechanism there, that really does make me laugh. But then also we built the Super Secret Sapling Society, which had the Super Secret Sapling Society security system in place with the card readers and the combination locks and all those sorts of things. And that is to protect the server's saplings from Exumavoid and Rendog, because they are coming around stealing all of them just to make profit for their store over there. And I have to say, their store is doing extremely well. I went in there earlier. There are loads of diamonds in there. But still, we want saplings, and they are being stored in there. But anyway, aside from these 2 projects, we're working on another community project in today's episode, and that is a treasure hunt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build 2 random rooms underneath the ground, completely hidden away, and the hermits have to find out where they are. Now, one of the rooms is going to be trapped, one of them isn't going to be trapped, and I think it should be good fun. Okay, so I have found the first location. This is where our little room is going to be going. So first off, I've got to clear out the area. You can see this is, well, I guess, is this a hint? Is it sort of a hint? I'm going to say that's not a hint. This is where I've come down. You can see roughly how high it is. Obviously, I'm going to put the Y level on the riddle because I think it would be unfair to make them mine right the way down to the bottom before they realise that it's not actually there. So yep, now it is just time to do a bit of clearing to make way for this room right here. I actually don't know how big I'm going to make it, so maybe we should do some plans and testing in the testing world. But other than that, let's get swinging the pickaxe. So guys, here we are in my redstone testing world. I've been doing some designs for the rooms that they are going to be finding. And apparently I'm in a very orange mood today because, as you can see, we've got orange floor, orange wall, and orange ceiling. Now, I will just point out that this little area right here was just to test, just to see what it would look like with Prismarine. But to be honest, A, I don't think it actually looks any better, but B, Prismarine is pretty much impossible to get on the server right now, so we're going to be avoiding that one. But yeah, orange is cool. Like, orange is a cool colour. It's something that I don't usually use that often in Hermitcraft. I've pretty much never used it in Hermitcraft Series 3, and I used it a tiny bit in Hermitcraft Series 2, so I reckon this is the way to go. We're going to be building a very orange room here. This is going to be the prize room and also the trap room. I think it should look pretty nice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, progress is coming along really quite nicely. We've got our first wall in place. It's looking lovely. We've got our floor in place. It's looking lovely. We've got a bunch of the ceiling cleared out. That's looking fantastic as well. And I'm mining things very, very quickly thanks to all of this gravel up at the top here. But yeah, so far, progress is strong. I have to say, I'm sat here with a bunch of spider noises going on, though, which is a little bit off-putting. I have a feeling, I mean, I've looked around a little bit. We've got an abandoned mine shaft down there. I'm assuming that sort of spreads through all of this. And there's a chance that there is some form of cave spider spawner nearby, which, yeah, that could be potentially lethal. I mean, cave spiders are essentially the bane of my life. I don't know what it is with me and cave spiders, but as soon as I come into contact with them, I just forget how to play Minecraft. I just start smacking up my keyboard, hoping that something will happen, but generally it doesn't, and I just explode into a million pieces. So, yeah, hopefully none of those guys come through. Hopefully they leave me be, and I can continue building this thing, because as you can see, we're getting almost there with the whole room design. We've got 1 wall done. That means we've only got 3 to go. Lovely stuff. Everybody, fetch your sunglasses, please, because this is going to be a bright one. Are you ready? Are you suitably glassed up? Boom. There it is. This is the trap room. This is the trap room that I've created, as you can see, bright orange. In the center, we've got this trap chest right here, and underneath each one of these, we have got ourselves one little bit of TNT. So we've got 4 TNT in total. I decided to make this one the trap room. Obviously, you guys have no idea which room this is or where it is located. That's the point, because otherwise the hermits could watch this and they could find these rooms, which I don't want to do. So, yes, this is it. Very, very orange, but I've mentioned that about a million times so far, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. And it's looking good. Now what we have to do is we have to create another one elsewhere, and this one is going to be the prize room. So I'm currently on the lookout for other locations for where my room could go. Obviously, the first one is somewhere. You guys know that it's somewhere, but you don't know where it is. The next one is going to be somewhere else. That's all I can pretty much give you. I'm just currently on the lookout for where I could potentially place it. But I've also been thinking that maybe the next time we aren't going to do progress updates, because, you know, we've been doing progress updates. This has been like a progress updatey episode so far, and I've been thinking we should switch things up a little bit, because I know that some of you guys enjoy different styles of videos and things like that. So I was thinking time-lapse, first-person time-lapse, potentially a third-person time-lapse with a bit of time-lapse chat action. Does that sound good to you? So in today's little time-lapse chat, we are going to be talking about the weather, which I know is a very cliche thing for a British person to be talking about, but the weather recently has been fantastic. I don't really know what to say. England is never usually like this, okay? If you are in England right now and you're not usually in England, basically if you're on holiday, it doesn't usually look like this. You've got extremely lucky, because these past 5 days, in fact, ever since I got my drone, the weather has just been fantastic. It's been amazing. Clear blue skies, the whole lot. It hasn't even been that cold, and not a single speck of rain. I can't quite believe it. So it's been absolutely lovely. I'm happy. The whole of England is happy. There's a famous saying that says British people are only happy when they're moaning about the weather, or when the weather is nice and they've got nothing to moan about. That's essentially, that's I think how England works, and that's how British people work, is that we are so just based on the weather. It really does control our happiness, and I am just, this past week has been fantastic for me, because not only have I had my drone and I've been flying that about, but the weather's been brilliant for it, which means that I've been in bliss. I've been extremely happy. But anyway, that's enough talk of like the weather and the drone and things like that. The reason that I've brought that up is because this nice weather has got me thinking about the summer and what I want to do in the summer. Now, the summer is very similar to the winter in England. It's generally rainy, it's just slightly hotter. But I'm going to get my hopes up this year, because I actually have a bunch of things that I really want to do. The first thing that I really want to do is I want to go surfing again. Now, last year, I went surfing a bunch. I actually went down to Cornwall pretty much every other weekend last year, and we camped there, we did a bunch of surfing. It was fantastic, it was so much fun, and that's definitely something that I want to repeat this year, because it was just awesome. It was awesome to just drive down. We rented surfboards just because A, surfboards don't fit on the roof of my car, but B, we don't go surfing enough to require bought surfboards, so we just rented them. It's relatively cheap down there. And we would surf, and then we'd just drive back home, and it was just amazing. And I want to do that. It's a 5-hour journey, but it's worth it, because surfing is fantastic. One of my favourite hobbies. I'm rubbish at it, but it's absolutely brilliant. So that's something that I definitely want to do. But the other thing is of course, drones. Drones have become like a massive hobby of mine recently, because of course I got the drone recently, and I have not stopped flying that thing. I think I probably have, over the past week, I think I've got about 4 hours fly time. And those things, the battery only lasts about 20 minutes. So that just shows you how many times I've flown it, I've landed it, I've come back in, I've charged it up, and I've flown it again. I mean, it's been pretty much non-stop. So I've been doing a lot of that, and I plan on doing a bunch of that in the summer as well. And basically, I sort of want to turn that into like a proper thing that I do, like a proper hobby where I actually go out to various locations and just try and get really cool shots of stuff. I know that sounds quite boring. It does sound a little bit boring, but essentially, if you think about it, it's a bit like photography. Like, on the face of it, you're going somewhere to take a photo of something. That does sound boring, but there's something fun about it, and I guess there's like an adventure element to it. And also, drones are a little bit cooler than cameras because they're flying cameras. I guess I sort of get away with it there. And I love photography, but I think flying photography sounds even more interesting if you're asking me. But on top of those two things, of course, cars are still a big passion of mine. I want to do a bunch of car-related bits, and I also plan on doing a bunch of this stuff on the second channel. Now, I know I keep bringing this up, but I really want to turn the second channel into like a sort of hobby channel where I just show off all of the cool things that I've been up to, and hopefully the fact that I want to upload things like that onto the second channel will force me to do the cool things so that I can do them more often. Things like the canyoning and things like the rock climbing, stuff like that I did in Australia, and the kayaking, you know, those are sort of things that I don't do too often, but they were really fun to do, and they were really fun to make videos on, so I'd be more than happy to do them again, of course in England, a little bit colder, but that's basically the plan. So this summer is going to be very active, and hopefully I can take you guys through that. But what I want to ask you guys is, what are your plans for the summer? You know, everyone has plans for the summer. Let me know down in the comment section what you plan on doing this summer. I'd love to hear it. But anyway, I've been talking for way too long now. Let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, I cannot believe how fast this room was built. I mean, it took around about 17 minutes in total to clear out the entire area and place in the blocks, which is about 3 times, maybe even 4 times as fast as the previous room. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happens when I start time-lapsing, but I suddenly become like superhuman, placing in blocks really fast, just doing everything really quickly, really efficiently. I mean, the previous room, I kept running out of resources, I kept getting distracted, tweeting, YouTube videos, I kept eating. I mean, I was basically doing everything but playing Minecraft, but still, that is absolutely ridiculous. So I think I might like tell myself, yeah, I'm going to do a time-lapse, and then not do the time-lapse just to make me a more efficient Minecraft player. That seems like a good plan of action. But anyway, as you can see, this room is now completed. It is looking very orange, just like the previous one. Now we need to get our prize pool in place, and that is everything complete. So I've got myself some prizes from my home chest. I just popped back to the RV, picked up a few bits and bobs, and hopefully you guys agree that this is a half-decent prize pool. So we are going to chuck 5 diamonds in there. That is the big number. The 32, both sides, redstone blocks, and then the 20 lapis blocks right there, and then we're going to have a bunch of glowstone going around like this. So there we go, that is the fancy looking prize pool. You know what, I'm going to take a screenshot of that little fella, because there it is. That is what you've got to win. I know, if I were richer, if I were a rich man, I would have diamonds for days in there, but unfortunately I'm not. It's only episode 10, I mean, can you blame me? So this is the prize pool. This is what the hermits are playing for. I think it looks pretty good. So let's just pop outside of our little area. I'm going to try not to give away where this thing is, because obviously I don't want to spoil that location. This is the all-important one. And have I really lost? I have, haven't I? I've lost my orange stained clay. See what I mean? If I were time-lapsing that, I wouldn't have done that. I'm just so much more inefficient when I'm not time-lapsing. It's a pain in the backside. So it is now time to write out the riddles so that the hermits know where to go for these little rooms. So I'm going to try my best to freestyle this one. This could get really interesting. I mean, I'm no rap god, and I certainly can't freestyle particularly well in general, but I'm hoping that I just pulled something out my bum right here that is just absolutely fantastic. That's what I've got my fingers crossed for. So let's see if that actually happens. So over here is my little sign. This is the sign that is announcing the treasure hunt. So let's go Hermitcraft treasure hunt. Okay, that wasn't my rhymes. That wasn't my freestyle rhymes. So they're under bridges, okay? So I'm thinking under a bridge at 40 in Y, because there's nothing that really rhymes with bridge. There's nothing that really rhymes with 40. Y under a bridge at Y equals 40. Under a bridge at 40 in Y. There's buried treasure. Try not to die. That's not too bad. Have I just freestyled that? Under a bridge at 40 in Y, there lies buried treasure. We're going to have to do an uneven sign here. There lies buried treasure. Try not to die. That's okay. I mean, I'd say that's not too bad. So there you go. Hermitcraft treasure hunt under a bridge at 40 in Y. There lies buried treasure. Try not to die. Sweet. We managed to create a little rhyme there, and that should roughly explain where these little rooms are, but it makes it quite difficult to find them. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect. But anyway, chaps, we are now going to be leaving behind the shopping district. We have been over there for the past couple of episodes, and we're going to be popping back through over to the RV, because I want to check my resources situation, as I feel like they're getting really low. I definitely know that I'm running low on iron. Okay, iron is one of those things that I seem to fly through if we don't have some form of iron farm. So let's just pop inside. I mean, we have a chest here with a saddle in it. That's a bit out there. I hadn't realised that was there. I'm assuming I didn't place that. I'm assuming one of the other hermits did. I don't know if it's for me or not. Let's just pop down here. And I have a feeling, as I say, it's not looking great in the resources chest. We've got 23 diamonds straight away. That's not fantastic. Load of redstone, a little bit of lapis, barely any coal, and no iron. We have 5 iron, ladies and gents. We actually only have 5 iron. Okay, right, well, I guess you guys know what that means then. I suppose we have to do another hour-long mining session. You guys know how these works. Head down to the comment section. Let me know how many resources you think I'm going to be getting, how many diamonds, how much coal, how much iron, gold, and lapis you think I'm going to be getting in this little mining session right here. And then we'll give the results at the end. Now, I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but I've actually fully run out of time for today's episode. Like, I'm fully out of time. I have no recording time left, which means that I'm unable to show the results of this week's mining session, which is a shame, I know, but I will have put them towards the end of the time-lapse, so hopefully you would have caught them there, and hopefully I got a large number of resources, because obviously I haven't done the mining session just yet. I'm yet to record the mining session, so yeah, wish me luck for that one. And in fact, this entire episode has been recorded in a really strange order. I don't know if you noticed this, but the first few clips of the episode were recorded after the first room was built for the treasure hunt. That's basically the way that I recorded it, and I didn't do that on purpose. I actually recorded about 15 minutes of this episode, thought it was rubbish, deleted all of it. I just got rid of all of it, and then I was like, hey, that's a little bit stupid. So I kept 2 of the clips, and those were the 2 building clips of that first room. So yeah, that's just a bit of trivia for you. I actually recorded this episode twice, and that means it's taken twice as long to record, but that's fine by me, because I've had a ton of fun today. It's been a really fun episode to record. There's been a bunch of stuff going on. We've done a bunch of cool community projects, and I can't wait to see if the Hermits can actually complete our little treasure hunt that we created. I have a feeling it's a little bit harder than I first imagined, but I think it's definitely worth checking out. But unfortunately, ladies and gents, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.